something is happening in the world of wheat. Ships loaded with American grain are being turned away from foreign ports. For decades, American farmers have fed millions worldwide, but now some longtime customers are saying no. These rejections are becoming a pattern, raising alarms in the American heartland. Farmers who have grown wheat for generations now face an uncertain future. The story starts on the vast plains of the United States, where wheat is grown for both American tables and global markets. Billions of dollars and entire communities depend on this trade. But when a shipment is rejected, it triggers a chain reaction. Exporters lose money, farmers' reputations suffer, and buyers scramble for alternatives. Why is this happening? Buyers cite quality concerns and contamination, everything from unwanted seeds to traces of unapproved GMOs. These aren't just business disputes, they're official statements from governments and major importers. The message American wheat isn't always good enough anymore. This is a tough pill to swallow for a country that once prided itself as the world's breadbasket. As buyers turn away from American wheat, they're looking north, to Canada. Canadian wheat, long a competitor, is now gaining a clear advantage. Buyers see Canadian wheat as cleaner, more consistent, and backed by stricter regulations. This is shifting global trade flows. It's a story about quality, trust, and the changing dynamics of global agriculture. The shift starts in the fields of Kansas and ends in the ports of Asia, with Canada emerging as a surprising winner. The U.S. wheat industry is facing a wake-up call. The world's appetite for quality is changing, and America's response will shape its future. The stakes are high, not just for farmers but for the entire agricultural economy. The question now, can the U.S. adapt before it's too late? The answer will determine who feeds the world in the years to come. The wheat wars have begun, and the outcome is far from certain. For American farmers, the pressure is on. For Canada, the opportunity is ripe. More countries are rejecting American wheat, including major importers like Indonesia and Vietnam. These aren't small buyers, they influence entire regions. When they say no, others follow, creating a domino effect. The reasons are specific: too much dockage, unwanted material like weed seeds, chaff, and dirt, exceeding acceptable limits. Buyers complain they're paying for wheat but getting waste, making it more expensive to process. Another issue: unapproved genetically modified wheat. In 2013, a rogue GM strain was found in Oregon, causing bans from Japan and South Korea. Even isolated incidents create distrust, making buyers wary of the American supply chain. There's also a perception that the quality of American hard red winter wheat has declined. Lower protein, inconsistent baking results. For foreign bakeries, consistency is everything. Unpredictable wheat disrupts production. Buyers want suppliers who guarantee quality every time. These rejections aren't just about regulations. They're about meeting the real needs of end users. The message is clear: quality and trust matter more than ever. American wheat's reputation is on the line. The global market is demanding more, and only those who deliver will keep their customers. The U.S. must address these concerns or risk losing its place at the table. The world is watching and choosing. The stakes have never been higher. The American grain system is built for volume, not always for quality. Mixing wheat from thousands of farms makes it hard to trace problems or isolate contamination. If one farm's wheat is tainted, it can affect entire shipments. U.S. standards allow more foreign material than some international buyers accept. Many countries want cleaner, higher quality grain than the American system delivers. The accidental discovery of unapproved GM wheat has shaken global confidence. For buyers with zero tolerance for GMOs, this is a deal breaker. The real issue: a mismatch between what the U.S. supplies and what modern buyers demand. Global customers want higher quality, better traceability, and stricter standards. The American system, slow to adapt, is now being challenged. Being the biggest supplier isn't enough. You have to be the best. The world's wheat buyers are raising the bar. The U.S. must decide if it will rise to meet it. When buyers look for alternatives, Canada stands out. The Canadian system, shaped by years of strict regulation, emphasizes quality and consistency. Canadian wheat is cleaned to higher standards before export, with strict limits on dockage. Buyers know they're getting a clean, reliable product, even if it costs a bit more. Canada approves new wheat varieties based on end-use quality, ensuring consistency for millers and bakers. The U.S. focuses more on yield, leading to more variability in quality. Canada's cautious approach to GM wheat reassures international buyers. No GM wheat is grown commercially. This non-GM status is a powerful marketing tool, especially in markets wary of GMOs. Canadian wheat's reputation for quality and purity is winning over buyers. The U.S. struggles to match this assurance. In a world demanding transparency and trust, Canada has the edge. The difference is clear in every shipment. The market is rewarding those who deliver what buyers want. The fallout hits farmers hardest. Lower demand means lower prices, squeezing already thin margins. Rural communities feel the pain. Less money for local businesses, more financial stress. Farmers' pride is shaken as their wheat is rejected. They face tough choices: stick with wheat or switch crops, risking new investments and uncertainty. Farm groups are scrambling to improve quality, but change is slow and costly. Meanwhile, farmers are caught in the middle, paying the price for a system that hasn't kept up. The future of American farming hangs in the balance. Canadian farmers are seizing the moment. Demand for Canadian wheat is surging, bringing higher prices and optimism to the prairies. Grain companies are investing in better infrastructure to handle the boom. The industry is innovating, developing new wheat varieties with higher protein and better baking qualities. Canada isn't resting on its reputation. It's working to stay ahead. Listening to buyers and delivering what they want is solidifying Canada's lead. The proactive approach is paying off. Canada is becoming the world's preferred wheat supplier. The numbers tell the story. U.S. wheat exports to key Asian markets are flat or falling. Canadian exports are rising. Canada has overtaken the U.S. as the top supplier to countries like Indonesia and Japan. Buyers are paying more for Canadian wheat, valuing quality over price. Canadian shipments have lower dockage and foreign material, small differences that add up for big buyers. Official data backs up the shift. Canada's reputation for quality is reflected in every shipment. The market is voting with its wallet. The trend is clear and accelerating. The shift toward Canadian wheat could reshape North American agriculture for years. If the U.S. doesn't adapt, it risks losing its status as the world's wheat supplier. Competition with Canada may spark needed reforms in quality and standards. For buyers, this means better choices and leverage. The future will be defined by quality, traceability, and trust, not just quantity. The American wheat industry faces a crossroads: adapt or decline. The world is watching to see how America's breadbasket responds. The decisions made now will shape the future of farming on both sides of the border.